a topic of all over India by our Honorable Prime Minister also. The emphasis is given now to the natural farming or synonymous organic farming. But as I told you, the definition or the type that is practiced in organic farming may be a little bit different, but as the result is same, we'll be taking as it as both as the same right now. So as natural farming, what we understand is the use of this cow or the desi cow locally made and use of locally available resources and technologies are used for this natural farming. This is what we understand and what is going to be called as the natural farming. So that we have seen that we have declared Sikkim as the organic state. They have start practicing the whole state as an organic state. So there are many issues coming up. They have started practicing the organic farming, but whether they have the varieties for organic farming, whether they have the technologies for organic farming is a big question. So lots of issues are coming up. Those issues I'm not going to discuss right now, but what we focus is, are we ready with this organic farmings, with the varieties, whether the varieties available will click in this organic farming or natural farming. So in our state also, this organic mission is there, the organic products, organic farming machineries, technologies, then outlets, then organic products which are brought from the so-called default organic farming practices area are brought in the market. But do we have the varieties? That is the question to all of us. Do we have the technologies? So we have, in this, keeping in mind, we have already conducted in the Central Agricultural University an international conference on natural farming, where deliberations were made from all over the not all over the country also, but from all other parts of the globe. They've come and discussed about the natural farming, how the techniques, the technologies that are in their hand were discussed in this year itself in March 17 to 19. So, but we are, and the benefits of this natural farming, it is also given by Niti Aayog. What are the benefits? That is very obvious, and they have kept this to improve the yield. The yield does not mean the yield of the variety itself. The yield of the variety, by the performance of the variety itself, not discussed here. The yielding capacity of the environment, the yielding capacity of the natural system, the productivity of the soil, productivity of the environment is kept in mind for this natural farming. Then increase farmers' income. How will increase a farmer's income with this natural farming? By reducing the use of chemicals and this pesticide and all these chemicals. So obviously, there will be minimized cost of production. Then ensure better health will be there because there will be lesser use of harmful chemicals. Then all are the part of the natural farming system, then they rejuvenate the soil health, reduce the water consumption, then the resilience to the climate change also is what the benefit of natural farming as given by Niti Aayog. So the National Commission or National Mission on Natural Farming is also set up in the year 2023-24, and they have earmarked around 400, more than 400 crores for this mission. Now we have this question that do we have the varieties? Whether the varieties that we are having in this system, conventional system, will they click in the natural system, natural environment? Because the varieties that that are developed here are more of a fertilizer responsive. Then, since we are not applying any fertilizer, whether they are going to cope with the environment that we are going to give, there are many questions coming up. Then, since We are not going to use any plant protection chemicals, whether they are going to be able to cope with the diseases and insects that are available in this system, farming system. So whether the plant type, how much will be the plant type? What will be the plant type? So we search for semi-dwarf variety in rice. Whether the semi-dwarf variety, which is fertilizer is responsive, will work here. These are all questions that I'm asking to you, so that you can give the answer. What type of plant type will be most fitted in this natural farming system, where the competitions of weed will be there, competitions of diseases will be there, competition with insects will be there. So there is lots of questions marks in this. And our Central Agricultural University, we have the research priority area for natural farming. So we have already focused aside a research system for bringing out technologies and varieties for this natural farming system. But we are not having that technology right now, but we are going for a research issue identification. So be a part of it. If I am giving you the mail at the end of this lecture, so if you have any idea what could best fit in this natural farming system, you can share your idea, because this is the beginning, this is not the end. This is just the starting of this natural farming evolution. So what should be the plant type of the varieties to be developed? Then what should be the genetic constitution? Since it's going to be resilient in the climate change, then all the disease management with competitions and all will not be looking at the homogeneous type of plant varieties. This is an idea only. We'll be looking about mixtures of genotypes, so that there is resilience. If one genotype fails to compete with the environment, fails to compete with the biotic stresses or abiotic stresses, another genotype can cope up the performance of those populations. So what type of genetic makeup, whether the DUS system, that is the homogeneity of the varieties that we see in the DUS system, will work here if we are going to put populations in the system. So these are all the issues that are coming up. Then the breeding procedures. There are certain laws that are restricting this use of mutagens are restricted in organic farming and natural farming. Use of GM crops are restricted. So there are some restrictions also. With these restrictions, what breeding procedures will we follow, and what plant type we will develop, and what will be the final product that we are going to give to the farmers for natural farming is the big question. So as the requirement, what they need in organic farming or natural farming is the organic seed, that the seed should be produced organically. So the place where the seeds are produced, we cannot produce in our research system or research institutes, because it is already not in an organic system. So we need to make a different system where we can produce the seed in the places where organic farming or natural farming practices are done. Then those cultivars that originate from organic plant breeding techniques, in natural plant breeding, chemicals are not either in developing of the varieties or in their testing. So in any stage of the plant breeding system, chemicals will not be used in this. So some of the objectives that we see in the plant breeding program will be competitive, as I told you. It should be competitive with the weeds, since weedicides are not allowed. Then the plant structures, generally we think about the taller plant structure to compete with the weeds and to adjust with the environment. Since the semi-dwarf system we cannot use, because here we are not going to use any fertilizer responsive, organic fertilizer responsive varieties. So we'll be focusing on the quality priority. So it will face some market competition also, since the yield will not be as competitive with the produce that are made from the organic farming, inorganic farming system, because the yield will be lesser here. So we need to develop these varieties in terms of quality, not in quantity. So some quality priorities should be given, then the maintenance of biodiversity, then the higher degree of natural resistance to biotic stress and abiotic stresses. So these issues are coming up. So as I told you, then to bring out whether it will be feasible to bring out those plant types which we are homogeneous or more homozygous, homogeneous varieties are required in this plant system. So we are thinking that the heterogeneous populations will well adapt to these natural farming conditions. So the natural heterogeneous materials will adapt to various stresses due to natural and human selection and changes over time. And these natural varieties should be bred in natural conditions. So in the breeding techniques, these breeding techniques will be same as what we see in the nature, in our conventional breeding techniques. There's a creation of selection of parents, then induction of variations, selection, then multiplication. These things will follow as usual. These are all same with the conventional breeding methods. But since we are coming to the competitions with the weeds, we are expecting our varieties to be more like the wild types varieties. So to bring about a wild type varieties, crossing between the wild varieties, such type of techniques may come into play, like breeze crossing. And these are already the techniques that we're using, repeated back crossing methods, then using of selection by using of genetic markers. These are all conventional methods. Then one of the most important thing is, since I have told you, these selection procedures, these breeding procedures cannot be done in our institutes because we are not having this natural farming environment. We need to go to the places where these natural farming conditions are practiced. So we hope that the participatory breeding program need to be used in this breeding program, not the breeding program in our institutes, because those environment will not be there in our institutes. These are some techniques which are not permitted in this natural farming, breeding of natural farming system. Genetic modification or GMOs, CMS-based hybrids, then somatic hybridizations, then radiation pollens or mutation induction, then mutation induction by chemical substances. These methods are not allowed in the development of the varieties for this organic farming or natural farming as such. So these are some essentials that are required in natural farming. The ecological, some ethical issues are there. Then we come about the dust test. Since the varieties that we are going to develop will not be phenotypically same as it will be an heterogeneous material, the dust testing methods that are used in the nature or release of varieties or maintenance of varieties will not be effective here. So therefore, there should be some change in the dust testing system for this variety. As a conclusion, ethical plant breeding methods shall be used for breeding varieties for natural farming. That means those breeding systems like mutation, GMOs, will be avoided in this breeding of these crop varieties. Then breeding for suitable plant types. As I told you, plant types that are available will not click in the natural farming system. Then the cultivars may be heterogeneous material and organic varieties. Then the need of modification in DUS protocols for release of varieties for natural farming will be there. So there are some works done. So you are free to join me, to join us for developing these varieties. So mail me in premise@fks@gmail.com for your ideas. Since you are all learned people in the prestigious Tamil Nadu Agriculture University. So I hope your ideas will bring more fruitful plant breeding system for natural farming. Thank you all.
So thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Any question from students?
As I told you, this is only the beginning. You can give ideas so that we can write down, we can keep on adding the ideas so that we can come up with better research issues that we can give to the researchers in our university, that we can come out with certain results for the future uh, benefit of the farmers.
Anybody from Northeast? Probably we may have one or two students from Northeast, no? No one? Anybody? No one is from Northeast. We have students from all over India, sir, actually.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I hope someone from Northeastern part, I felt. Yeah, you are from the...
You can give ideas, not very difficult questions. Okay, tell me.
Good morning, sir.
Yes.
I just have one doubt in the natural farming.
We have also doubt. You just clarify the doubts.
If, for example, during the seed production, if we are producing the seeds inorganically, are those seeds allowed in natural farming system, or are they not allowed?
Pardon?
Inorganically produced seeds, are they included in natural farming systems?
Inorganic? No. It's not allowed. That's what their requirement is. The seeds should be produced in organic system or natural farming system.
Okay.
So certification will be there for those seeds.
So there will be two constraints. One is we need...
There are lots of constraints for the seeds, for the
As well as
varieties
for-
development, for the production of seeds. These are the constraints that we are having. So the state like Sikkim, they are telling that they are 100% organic state, but for how the seeds are procured and how the seeds are used is also a big question. How the seeds, from where they get this organic seed is also a big question. So the seeds should be produced in a certified organic area.
My next question is, since one of the most major area in agriculture is the use of pesticides and chemicals.
Yes.
But Sikkim, somehow we have managed to overcome that. So
no, that is an issue there. So the issue comes when as I told you, the varieties, whether they can adapt to these conditions, that issues are there. So that for that only we are telling that how the genetic makeup of the variety should be to adapt with this biotic stresses and abiotic stresses. We are giving, so we are telling about, I was telling about the mixture of genotypes, growing mixture of genotypes, heterogeneous materials. So this is what we thought about.
okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. I need more ideas, not questions. Sir, madam. Yes. Yes. I'm not allow. I'm not a person to allow. It's just there's a system there in the IFOM and all the organic mission there. They have not allowed. Yeah, that is. It is told that mutation by chemically induced mutation or radiated mutation. Yes. Madam, I am not the person to answer this. But there is rules written there by the IFOM and this organic mission in Niti Aayog and all. What the natural, what will be the varieties for this natural farming system? So they have given the guidelines that these varieties should not be developed with these breeding systems. Chemical use of chemical mutagens, then irradiations, giving radiations, then the GMOs, gene editing, somatic hybridization, and all these techniques.
GMO might be okay as okay.
Madam, as I told you, I am not answerable to this
That's
because
great.
they have given the guidelines for the natural farming.
Okay, because as a breeders know, sir, we know, might be
Yes.
knowing
Yes.
the protoplast fusion or the radiation induced mutation or the chemically induced mutation. Once the genotype, if it is modified suddenly,
yes, sir.
it is not going to make any impact
As
on.
it seems like we are tied with one leg and told to run. So we are going to be tied with various ethical issues. Then we are going to run for the develop these varieties. So they have given these
So they have given
guidelines.
guidelines. It shouldn't
Yes.
be the mutant.
Yes. Mutants means spontaneous mutants may be there, but the mutations should not be created by chemical mutagens or radiations. So I'm expecting your ideas, the
Yeah, your
plant type in every
suggestions are
crops,
young minds. Suggestion from young
plant
minds,
types
sir, is
of
expecting.
many crops, then how it will adjust with the weeds, how will they will adjust with the biotic stresses, abiotic stresses.
Sir, is there any crop specification, sir?
No,
Crop
sir. No, sir.
specification.
Many,
All crops.
all crops, because we are research trust area. We are for our university is given for natural farming. So many people are working on for the many crops. So any crop you are given, then that issues we can discuss and put in the research program
No,
also.
no. What are the major crops which are being grown at Sikkim, sir?
Sikkim maize is there, millets are there, then rice, then some cash crop like elaichi, then horticulture crop, ginger, uh, turmeric, all those things. But I'm basically from Manipur.
Any suggestions for the
So you can think of, then you can note down the mail
Just-
that I've given. So any suggestion, you may think it may be silly. There is no silliness here.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We can gather those ideas and come out with better research issues. Thank you all.
Anybody is having any other suggestion? Yeah, please.
Sir, that was nice presentation. Actually, I'm not from Northeast, but I'm studying Northeast from last 5 years. So I came here as a research collaborative project only between CAU and TNAU. I'm working here. So while I'm working under Dr. Senthil sir, I got one ideas also. Presently, even it is a part of my thesis also it is there. The main thing is what I observed from last 5 years in Manipur, because I'm staying in Imphal only from last 4 years and I'm staying here from last 1 year. So what I observed is Northeast having lots of diversity, wild species and everything. So I will say regarding my project one means my thesis part one, what we are doing is now we are identifying what are the land races or wild species of maize present in the in Manipur. So and we are identifying naturally having genetic variation in the CRT-RB1 allele, which can be used as we are identifying which plants or which kind of plants will be having the CRT-RB1 allele. So after identifying, we can repeatedly self it and we can make it a variety. And
You
we
are
can-
telling that using the diversity already present there. So yes,
sir, we can
that
screen-
that
we
will
can
be
screen
there.
for the-
The variation that is present there. From there only we are going to do the selection. So at last, if we go the selection part, if we go on selecting, we'll be coming out with homogeneous material. So as I told you, homogeneous material will not be able to compete with the weeds, with the diseases, but these are ideas only. So your ideas
No,
will
sir,
always
not
will
only maize
always
crop,
be used.
other
So
crops we can just screen it for whatever for favorables and all, then as it is naturally growing there, it will definitely compete.
Yes, it is there, but about the yielding capacity also you need to think. So whatever it is there will be like a wild type. So how those wild type will be able to give better yield for the farmers, better income for the farmers. Right. So we need to, for plant breeding means we need to increase the yielding capacity also. Then we don't need the plant breeders if we go and selecting and put the things in the farming system. So we have been selecting those diversity already present there, but how well we can use those things is the question. So the competitiveness of the wild type, to bring the competitiveness of the wild type species present there to the already uh, grown, already identified varieties, that is the need of the hour, I think so. We cannot just select and put in the system. Yeah, no, I think he has already told that he's telling that lots of diversities are there in that nourishment system, so we can select from those diversity.
Yes. And
That's,
why
that's
can't
what he
we
wanted
can
to
make
say.
it as a
Yes.
one supply
Yeah,
to
that
one.
is also, that will the basic base of the all the studies.
So I think
One thing,
while we
okay.
one more suggestion, sir, from my
Yes,
side.
yes, sir.
I think since maize is the major crop there,
Yes.
while we were studying, we would have studied that multi-line is the kind of
Yes, sir.
variety,
Yes, sir.
multi-line variety,
That multi-line system. Yeah,
multi-lines,
yes.
and wherein mixture of genotypes will be there
Yes,
as a
sir.
variety. No?
That
So
is the
from your presentation, I could understand that that is
that
one
will
of
be
the breeding
the
methodology which could be suggested
yes,
for
sir. Yes,
the
sir.
maize.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Apart from this, I want yeah
No, sir is
composite then
suggesting composite
multi-lines
we are allowing for open pollination, wherein multi-line will just mix the
mix and
genotypes. That's all.
goes.
So few genotypes may not get adapted, and remaining all may perform better. That's what
Yeah.
you are suggesting, no, sir.
Yes.
So we don't adapt this multi-line anywhere.
Yes.
Probably, as you said, probably here it may fit well.
Yes, sir. So the idea of multi-line will come into play here, sir.
Sorry, sir, I was interrupting.
No, 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 sir. No, 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 no. Your suggestion is very welcome. Only apart from this, I feel that the tone that I am speaking English may not understand. I mean, very much clear to you
No, it's
because
clear only, sir. It's
okay,
clear only.
okay, thank
It's
you.
clear.
Uh, because we are not English speaker, we just pretend to speak English. So my tone of the mother tongue comes like your English in spoken here tone comes. Well, in on telephone that one boy or man was calling me that my guest house was booked in some one guest house. I could not understand. Repeatedly he told me, but I could not understand what he told. Likewise, I thought that my English, my tone, mother tongue tone may be there, so you might not be clear what I said, but I think I have communicated. My ideas may be reached to you.
No,
So
sir,
please give
we
the
are comfortable, sir. With your
okay.
presentation, we are very comfortable.
Okay, but what I need is your feedbacks because we need now lots of feedbacks, lots of ideas for going ahead for this natural farming system. This is the beginning. Okay, thank you all.
Yes, yes.
Study about this, but Japanese institute and German also work. They go
Yes,
in
yes.
hard, but they use phenotyping for
Yes.
developing the variety or mechanization. But they use nowadays they use genome editing. They
Hmm?
identify the phenotype, best phenotype
Hmm.
for developing the variety,
Hmm.
and with the help of the genome editing, they develop variety, a stable variety.
Hmm.
So yield, major problem is yield in this organic farming or natural farming. So with the help of genome editing and best phenotype identified, they tell we solve the problem. This natural farming.
So if it is permitted by the guidelines, I think it's well and good. We can include
They
there.
develop the variety, but major problem is not good yield. Not good yield. Major breeding have major farmer acceptance based on the yield, but farmer not accept. They have very good variety.
So you are telling that farmers are not accepting that. That's why we need this participatory breeding system also. Farmers need to participate in this breeding program. What they like and the breeding system, the natural farming system, in those area only we are going to breed those varieties so that they also prefer those varieties. They should be involved in the selection program.
They continuously tell about phenotyping based on phenotyping. We solve the problem, but we need different area, different phenotype develop. We not develop for one country, one variety. Different
Yeah,
area,
from
different phenotype we develop and release.
yes. So please send your ideas so that we can put there in our research issues. Thank you.
Any more suggestion from students? Oh, nice that we had better interaction this time. Okay. Any more interaction? I think if there is no interaction, I think.
But yeah, I need
anytime-
your feedback. Everyone,
Yes.
please give your feedback. Think of what maybe for this. It's just pick up one crop, then how you can work for this natural farming system. You can give ideas. All ideas are welcome. Thank you all.
Sir, kindly project your this thing, sir. Your mail ID. You can kindly note down his mail ID probably. So whatever suggestions you wanted to send, kindly send it to him. Yes. Yes. So I think
Suggestions are very much welcome.
yes. If no more, I think suggestions as of now, I think we can wind up the session, right?